Deep in the rolling hills of Northumberland, in a valley cut by ancient rivers and shadowed by thick woodland, lies the quiet village of Allendale. Today, it is known for its rural beauty, but centuries ago, this place was whispered about for something far more chilling. It was here, according to folklore, that a creature stalked the night, the Werewolf of Allendale. The story begins in the early 17th century, during a time when superstition and fear shaped the lives of ordinary people. England was a land still caught between medieval beliefs and the emerging rationalism of a new age. Yet in isolated regions like Northumberland, old fears still thrived. And none were more terrifying than the belief in wolves, or worse, men who could become them. Reports spoke of a monstrous wolf that prowled the edges of the village, attacking sheep, tearing through farms, and leaving behind scenes of blood and ruin. But what made these tales more frightening was the claim that the beast was no ordinary animal. It walked upright at times, its eyes glowed red in the moonlight, and its howls carried a human edge, as though the beast itself was cursed by some terrible fate. Villagers whispered that this creature was not just a wolf, but a man transformed. The legend of the werewolf was not unique to England. It stretched across Europe, from France to Germany, where stories of men cursed to wear the skin of a wolf were part of everyday fear. But in Allendale, the terror felt real. Some claimed to have seen the beast with their own eyes, lumbering along the edge of the moor, its shadow enormous against the rising moon. As the livestock deaths mounted, the fear in the village grew. No one dared wander after dark. Families barred their doors and windows, while farmers kept weapons close by. A hunting party was eventually formed, armed with spears, torches, and crossbows. They tracked the beast's prints into the moors, only to find them vanish as if the earth itself had swallowed the creature whole. It was said that the prints began as paws but ended as human footprints, a chilling detail that only deepened the fear. What made the tale of the Werewolf of Allendale endure was not just the supposed sightings, but the suggestion that the beast might have been one of their own. Suspicion fell on certain villagers, men who lived alone, outsiders, or those who seemed different. Superstition gave way to paranoia. People began to look at their neighbors not with trust, but with doubt. Could the monster be living among them by day, only to transform at night under the curse of the moon? Legends even claimed that one man was confronted, accused of being the beast. He was said to have laughed bitterly, telling his accusers that if he wished, he could call the wolf within him. Whether this confrontation truly happened, or whether it was added later as a piece of dark drama, no one can say. But the fear was enough to leave the village scarred with suspicion. Some historians argue that the story may have been born from something more mundane. Northumberland was once home to wolves before they were hunted to extinction in Britain. Perhaps the tale began with a particularly large wolf that terrorized livestock. Others believe the myth came from travelers bringing continental folklore into the region, blending with older English fears of shapeshifters and cursed men. But others, especially those who keep the legend alive today, suggest that what haunted Allendale was not just an animal, nor a man, but something far older, a spirit of the wild moors, taking the form of a wolf to remind humans of their place in the natural order. In this telling, the Werewolf of Allendale becomes not just a beast of flesh, but a symbol of primal fear. The legend faded over time, but even now, in the dark corners of Allendale's history, the werewolf's shadow lingers. Walk alone on the moors at night, and some say you can still hear the low growl of something watching from the heather. A rustle of movement, a pair of eyes glinting in the dark, a howl that seems to echo across centuries. The Werewolf of Allendale is more than a local ghost story. It is part of England's forgotten folklore, a reminder that even in the age of reason, the old fears never entirely die. They wait in the shadows, carried in whispers, ready to rise again when the night grows too quiet, and the imagination too loud. And so the tale continues, a story passed down through generations, half warning, half legend. Whether it was truly a wolf, a cursed man, or something far stranger, we may never know. But perhaps that is the true power of the Werewolf of Allendale. It is not just a story of teeth and claws, but a reflection of the fears that dwell in all of us, the fear of the beast within. If you enjoyed this journey into the darker corners of England's folklore, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us for the next tale. Because the shadows of history are full of secrets waiting to be told, and you will not want to miss what comes next.